short.
It's cleaver time.
Gaming, will they be able to pull it off? Let's
battle.
find out with our casting duo of MLP and John X Fire.
Oh, thank you so much, Nomad. We are going to get into game one in between outsiders from China and, of course, Poke Gaming. It's MLP Dota and John X Fire. Jonathan, of course, Poke Gaming currently fighting to stay within Division 2. Outsiders from China still trying to contest to make it up to the Division 1 slot. Drafts are out, Jonathan. What are you thinking about it? That hold that thought, because we might have a very early team fight to break out already. Eren getting scouted out. Looks like he's going to be left alone. They could not hold him down. What do you think about the drafts?
It's an interesting draft. It's a bit different from what we've seen so far. I think I'd lean towards outsiders. It just feels easier to execute for all the reasons Lizard mentioned, like Storm into Silencer and Puck. It takes a while for you to really feel confident there. You're going to need the defensive item. You're going to need to angle into these fights very, very carefully as well. And you've always got some form of solution from outsiders, especially as the level go up, as the game goes on. We've seen Silencers manage to rush that refresh just fine. Puck with 25, just handle more and cover all your base pretty seamlessly. What we need to see from Poke with this kind of draft is maybe a little bit more tempo. Like they can get really aggressive combination of snap and block with Underlord on top. There's a lot of play here that they have to get on.
RanFuDao now. In fact, it's going to be Xiaoma that might be in danger. He's going to back off and RanFuDao down. Now the one in danger is the orb. It's not going to land, but Echoes, he makes the jump in to get the first blood. That's a perfect start for the mid Puck. Much more than the last. Now Eren might be in danger as well. Looking for a bit of a chase. Eren outside. They'll get the curse off. Not going to be enough to kill off Eren. It's a hell of a lot of damage. Probably going to force a bit of a reset here from our snap. In fact, yeah, he's just going to run back to the fountain. But that's a real perfect start. Like, you gave your mid lane a bonus gold first pump. You couldn't really ask for much more.
It's an excellent start coming out for Echoes. And I like what he does here. He goes back to lane, just hides up his tangos. He has his block all set anyway. So you can just regen through. Storm isn't much of a threat in the early few levels. Against Puck, it is a rather even matchup. There are ways for Storm to out here, but overall, the Puck has more tools and much more forgiving style of just standing in the back and clearing out the creep wave in comparison to the Storm. So should just have that quick Puck, should be able to spam out his spells with the early bottle. The interesting thing is going to be watching whether or not the supports rotate around for the 2 and 4 minute range. 2 minutes, maybe not. 4 minutes is one that some supports go for, some don't. And in this matchup, that refill does play a big part in just sustaining the lane.
I mean, speaking of supports rotating, both sides have very strong supports for those rotations as well. So, I just that 4 minute mark is probably going to be a high contest point. You definitely want to try and hand as many runes over as you can to these mid laners. And speaking of mid laners, John, like small A.K.A. right now, 11 and 4 in CS. Compared to the 3 and 2 Echoes, he's having a very strong time.
Yeah, it is a lot more local for small KK to clear out. He hits level 3, he's got the full overload with, although just stat remnant plus overload is already a lot of weight clear in comparison to Pop with just the orb. Not really going to be right up to winning Rift sometime soon. Small KK can't just take control on, just establish itself. If he finds a couple of extra hits onto Echoes, you feel great. And again, until someone comes in to that mid lane, and we're not probably going to see any big opportunities from either mid solo into level 6 marks.
Side lanes right now. Definitely a decent time, but so is this Underlord. That's kind of one of the things, like, I think Killa would have a lot more of a shot here at the top lane. To be fair, actually level 2 at the moment, maybe that level 3 mark will be the time they try to get aggressive. Because it is a strong duo, the Silencer.
Don't even think about it.
But it's like XM at least for now wants to play a bit more of a passive lane stage. I think level 3 is when XM might start to get a little bit more aggressive here. And start really trying to stack up those essence stats and get aggressive against this Underlord.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to respecting the output that can come out from Poke. Like, once you've got the value point in the pit, or even just setting up for the Firestorm with a cookie, it's a ton of damage onto XM. He's not the most durable here in that lane when it comes to magic outs as well. It's just, I kind of have to watch your spacing, and for the most part, you are still getting your farm. Once you keep getting that build up, and you hit more level 5 for XM, that's where the Slark can feel a lot better. More points in the ace shift or in the dark half. You can start to punish Killa until that point when your Silencer he doesn't have the blades to harass, right? You're coming in, you're getting Arcane Curse. You don't really follow through. It's not going to do as much to shut these heroes out. You're not the most stealth spammy as well. You're not getting the most value out of her as someone to kill out. He's more than comfy just standing there and copying hits and farming.
Right. Of course, we haven't really talked about the bot lane very much. I'm going to have Lon there in the position one laner. Still surprised this hero gets to be picked up in any team at the moment, but RanFuDao does have it. RanFuDao also there on the plus flat block. A very strong combination with the laner. We're going to have Xiaoma on the task along with the going to rush here for the room. More KK going for a bit of a check to Echoes, but he can just all wrap into the mid T1 tower. That's the thing, like, this mid lane is still just favoring this. Maybe all this music went out that it wasn't going to be an easy storm game considering playing against a hero like Puck Silencer. At least for the start, haven't had a pretty fun time.
He is farming a lot better. Just allows him to creep away without too much coming out, and he's even able to Overlord. Echo's just kind of hopping, walking up too close and caught extras. It's a big wins for this run. We're not even seeing any coming. Control is a little better for Echo's. They did grab the water room ball go. So, as we're going for small KK, at the same time, if not getting poked, he doesn't really care not getting the top up. He manages playing just fine like this. Although water room's going to be a bigger issue for both mids here.
Yeah, but he's going to be okay. Top lane, XM, he's going to be fine as well. Taking our observer for a ride, he's having every lane. It's a very, very to see them suffer from them. Apologies to our observer, by the way. It happens. You know, I like to do that. Small KK mid, but you can take it outside. And if some stuff you can turn that as well as the last word, but is it going to be enough damage? Well, run them out. If they rotate and ensure they cannot face for the kill, won't be able to punish anyone for that. TP's in, but he's a bit too late to the party. You have that 5 minutes creep on. This is going to be a lot of damage to the T1 tower. I love what outside we're doing. You know, the storm's gone for a little bit. But again, the CP is well and truly tested. This is going to be a lot of damage. The powers are about to spawn up. It seems like it's going to be the outside haste. Look at the run through the try to run. Echoes, it's the ult, but enough. Get down on the scatter blast. The through the curse of outside. He takes down the clockwork. It is still sitting there. The mid-tower tower is gone. Okay, he tries it off the least, but that is huge for outsiders.
6.5 minutes, and outsiders just play real fast. But you understand, with this lineup from Pope, you're looking at a lot of time to build up. Storm, maybe it doesn't need as much. It still doesn't feel comfiest in this game, but at least the defensive item up. You're clearly investing, they're going to be sitting back from farming. And to an extent, so will your underboard. We were talking times, let's say, Garkin Reeves coming up here, being very into that. It's not the specific timing coming trigger here for Killa, considering his lane. I mean, he can still flash, but that's 3 heroes that will need 15 minutes to get active, and your map is already shrinking at that point. And we still haven't seen, like, the full potential of outsiders playing. We haven't seen a Dream Quest come out. He just hit level 6 now on Coco's. So yeah, that's to play with. Your support is low at this point as well. It's just setting up for outsiders to really force a map issue. Just prevent that build-up that you want in this land.
Lane, like London still farming very effectively on the lane, which is not too surprising considering Zero as a mage name up on the lane mage coming up very expensive. But there's no stopping this hero. It's just too powerful at the moment. Can't wait to see what Val does about it with the next match. I imagine she's going to be dumpstered pretty hard. For now though, 47-70 is the TS score on London. Well, he seems to be in for a good game, at least now.
Now, he's still farming up. It's behind in comparison to 2XM, which is a bit interesting considering that
for a storm, but may cost him his own life as the silence permanently. Killa could not get there in time, and now that she's lost on for 4, at least try to this level. He's going to run back into it, which is wrapped. That's a lot of that flying out. Echoes, he's going to move in a nice. He is being killed at the moment. as well, and he will even more kills go away outside from China.
Tower is under attack.
They yet to kill this game. It's looking like a tough one, I'm not gonna lie.
Line up there for both. I think the scatter class that was Eren missed on top. Xiaoma managed to walk out, wasn't slowing down, wasn't nuked down. You mentioned juking out. He was literally stalling for time. Luckily, he was right outside to make him in, find a couple more freebies. And for the sideline, again, this match is working way too fast for their own good. They are putting deep parts out now, getting some control back in the jungle at the very least. Trying to get that out for longer, but with no rest others can play this game. It raises the question. Alpina does need to be insane. It isn't a hero. It does not take too much power. All things considered on the online. When you have a storm and an overlord as the other sword on hand, have all of them align their power spec at the same time when the map is just being moved down to every single one. Like literally every hero.
A.K.A. he's used most of his mana for I don't know if they really got down take down the storm. Not with one around. Not all the key to here is A.K.A. able to survive through it. When I think that's actually the first kill of the game.
Nice take. It's like that's what it is. As he's smaller here right now until you get hooked out from you don't have the best jump in outside of the storm, but he knows how to do something to relieve that map pressure. And finding some punish. Pretty lane out to X, his Echo is already flying out with his power cards. Here's Lark is just set to grow bigger and bigger from this onward, and it's still the shoving bot. Still lined up here with three heroes. They are under vision and they don't have Dream Coil. Not going to press the issue much. And it is time poke needs. What time should you look for even? You're looking at a Mage Slayer for small KKs, or maybe a Orchid along the way that as well. Have some control when you jump in. Level 6 Spike for RanFu is almost there. And that will, again, allow a little bit more presence. You can connect kisses from Eren. Some easy long range builds can come true, especially since Global Silence isn't quite up for outside, and that's a little bit further away in comparison to the hook shot from RanFu as well. There is a window here for poke. Start getting activity out, but look at outsider. They just keep smoking. They just keep running.
Very nice scan there from Lund. Realizing something was a little bit awry, he does back off the right moment. Sniper from Xiaoma, he's just going to take me back down bot lane where outside's going to find himself in a spot of danger. Snowball back the way of that fire, and well, with the Walrus Punch, they have got plenty of damage. He got blocked off. Oh, the sharks block him off. He couldn't get back into the tree line. That's going to be a double coming out. XM picking up his first kill of the game on the slot. And now the bottom tier 1 tower, it's just completely exposed. Without the Underlord, you can hope to defend this. And it's going to afford he is able to restore.
Radiant's bottom tower
there's
has fallen.
no way. They know they can't quite hold. At least you get your mech up and running here on your Underlord, so there's a little bit more durability when it does show up next. And you are getting some much needed space out for all the other cores. Like small KK's farming that top jungle, and he has wards to protect himself. He's going to be able to back out from punish. Green is ready for the DD here.
Stops the core. You've got the hook shot into the Fiend's Gate. Now Echoes could be in a spot at the but how do you lock this guy down? He's in without the vortex, so he's going to still try and does get it there with a bit of Alice with it, but Echoes until he does get it, but no.
No, why
the damage. There's the answer to my question. Like vortex into the pit, you've got more than enough lockdown for the puck. Well, it felt like he was going to get away, to be absolutely fair, but at the very least, pretty big pick-off.
The side of outsiders didn't quite commit numbers, maybe not expecting that huge response out. Fiend's Gate, a lot of yours spring through, you've got to be a little bit cautious. You still have to respect that location potential coming out from the Underlord. So they drag the numbers in. They punished Echoes. He was feeling pretty confident for the DD, and without anyone else to back them up, even SRF taking in, your output just wasn't enough in that stun window. And you found a pretty good angle out with RanFu on the hook. There is still play left despite that slower start. At this point, outsiders are trying to farm up on Ava, trying to that point. He has XM also wants his tags. It's only really EchozZ that feels comfy running around with supports, and just doesn't feel like puck alone can take some bigger cores. Just by how tanky they can be at this point.
Wake up. Hook shot, the vision, they've got the follow-up, and they stab the kill. They will. Nice. Xiaoma a little bit with the silencer. However, damage isn't there. XM, he gets in. Lunter's got to boot. Oh, XM has joined the party. And he's just deleting everyone. Triple kill for the slot. Sure, you got the mid-puck, but my God, it is at a hefty price.
That's a pretty interesting counterfight from outsiders. They take without having global silence off. They have to jump in, they get this angle, they get the control. Very strong patience coming out from Xiaoma. He pumped the walrus punch, saved it for the Lina instead, seeing angle in that low ground, and they get the punishment. So they drag the game back their way. And Simon's that also overcommits. Kind of the same issue we saw from outsiders last time, where you didn't really respect the fact that it's tier 1. Outsiders are relatively close to the area. They get a bit trigger happy with hook shot.
Xiaoma's gonna warning. Release. They do find themselves a cheeky little plus kill there for small KK. My problem is, John, that this XM Slark, like, he's got the Ags now. This is where the Slark just goes really darn powerful.
Yep. And you tie that in with Ava's Ags. I want to say that the Nature's Prophet Ags is actually the bigger key to control. It's such a low committal route to apply onto a storm. Global route onto a storm. That's not going to be too fun for a small KK. He doesn't have anything defensive. Again, he rushed Mage Slayer. He's not going to have any counter to just that 60-second global stop.
Global silence, mid lane. Looks like they are trying to make them move in onto the storm. Trying to slide, but the lead is there with the Dream Coil. He cannot get out of it. Eren still trying to run. XM has another bounce charge if he wants it. Trying to line it up perfectly and does get it. RanFuDao. He's going to hook in, but what's the point? Impact was there. RanFuDao still trying to run. Impact able to survive.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, they threw everything with the kitchen sink at the kitchen sink. The slot.
Are scanning.
Even Lunter's courier not going to be able to survive the onslaught. And outsiders got a 12 now, 5k advantage, 5 free permanent agility to the way of the slot. And it seems like maybe they can start slowly setting up to the top tier 1 tower. I mean, why the hell not?
There's not much that can stop them. For that of they just need so much more to get. They find Killa here. EchozZ is by himself. I'm not sure if he really wants to fully commit. They will have Rat of Nature in a bit though.
It's pretty tough, but they are going to try. Just chip away. There's just a single coming out. In fact, never mind.
Radiant's
it's not
top
that tough.
tower is under attack.
EchozZ backs off. Okay, so maybe a bit of miscommunication here between Dave and EchozZ. Gotcha! A.K.A, to be fair, was the area. Meanwhile, on the backside, Xiaoma has found out Snapfire and he will drop. Eren's gone. XM to pick up another kill on the slump. I suppose you still get something for your trouble, like more agi, a Snapfire kill. Sure, you can get the underboard, but let's be honest, John, Killa's probably having the impact right now anyway. Doesn't really matter if he survives.
That is the thing with Underlord, right? It's this highly durable wave-clearing menace in the offlane. You can really do some interesting things with all of that. Not really something we've seen people plan out. They do jump echoes, at least.
As I say, he's having no impact. He's gonna find a top kill. Lovely.
I mean, it's still tricky for the Underlord to have that much forward presence. Like, pivot balance is great, but when it comes down to really setting up, sometimes you find angles like that on top. It's much more consistent to playmake off your Storm and really your Clockwork. Right? Like, these are your main jumps in. Your Underlord is more for follow-through control, you can get some of these pickoffs. And it's very item dependent. It's a triple hero, but it's mainly an aura carrying hero. The Guardian Greaves are up, so that does beat for a significant amount here for poke, and that should allow them to take some forward fights. I just feel like
Radiant's
when we
top
see
tower
Underlord
is under
utilized
attack.
the best is when you can play around Fiend's Gate and take these really awkward swings. We've seen it before. Smoke Fiend's Gate into the backline
Radiant's
and
top
pre-long
tower is
and just get
falling.
these ambush plays. It's not
Dire's
something
bottom
that
tower
Poke
is
has
under
really shown
attack.
off, but if they can get some vision control and start to ambush outsiders this way, keep finding the pickups,
Well, shot Xiaoma gonna get caught, but the global silence was immediate, so there's no follow-up. And Killa already almost getting exposed on the Underlord. He's able to get away, but the bounces in back then. He'll catch the Underlord once again. Now another bounce, and watch Xiaoma on the leader. He's already popped the BKB, trying to go after XM, but it's not gonna be enough. And now they even bounce more KK. At least it does go down, but it's such an expensive cost. 5 for the price of 1.
I have bunching for you.
Nobody else but XM dying in all of this. And it's a full team wipe.
Is under
It's
attack.
52 town out of
That's the thing. XM holds his ground. He stays really confident. He knows his team will back him up and clean up afterwards. You find the big trades you want. You're still stalling out these
Radiant's
2 big
middle
farm
tower is
cores,
falling.
and you get a push because Ava's untouched. SRF can just focus in on that push with the treants up. He has that casual Blightstone, and we'll pretty soon have a full Desolator.
Radiant's
Just
top
that
tower is
process,
under
although he is
attack.
going for the Maelstrom first. And for the side of Pope, we need to see them be the aggressors. Like, they pretty good position. It's just not the ideal. Way too many backups from outsiders. They need to jump outside first. The key target has to be the silencer. If you take him out, you're in a much better position for small KK to get this onto other heroes to get that initial control, get the follow through from Killa. That's all easier said than done. For the most part, outside has been positioning himself way outside these box too.
Certainly has. Look, I mean, the back's against the wall right now. A.K.A. behind. They need to have some kind of team fight going their way. We're talking about how strong this laner is, but Lundberg is just so far behind the laner at the moment. Yet to pick up kill as well. 2 and 3 is the kill score for both. Seems like the pressure's not going to end up slowing down.
Radiant's bottom
All as outsiders have
tower is
started
under
pushing
attack.
down the bottom tier 2 tower. Poke is going to try and meet in the middle, trying to go after outside on that silence. I'm going to find it. The game clock is there. Last one down. They might have a storm now. As the orange punch comes in outside, it's just walking away.
Radiant's bottom tower
Small
is
kick
falling.
ends up going down. RanFuDao doesn't even connect onto outside, and here comes XM. Oh, this is the guy you don't want to run into right now. He's just going to clean up. Call him the janitor. He's to clean up the mid lane, and they're into the Roshan pit.
The ridiculous thing again about that is outside doesn't even have a poppable silence. On cooldown, the start of the fight goes on. Down, Storm's already dead, and they have this big fight spawn still left over. Like, Poke, I appreciate that you're trying to get aggressive. It's just coming out well. They just lack this instant burst right now, especially if you don't have Lonfer in a position where he can just instantly Laguna. I want to divert this to onto talk about Nature's Prophet Eggs. This is really among the dumbest eggs, and I had this position for a while, like 460-second cooldown global entangled with, you know, with your scaling damage coming off as well. Every bounce, it's kind of dumb, and you can see how well it does here. It's such great control for you to have this Slark pounce around, make use of that long-range local route to just clean up with his own eggs. So this double eggs just synchronized so well.
Finds to break out. Now the attack does come in. They're going to try and fight, but the global silence will come in as well. Xiaoma somehow still alive, finally goes down. It takes 5 minutes to get that done. At least they know the global silence is down, however. You might be forced to just smoke up and fight. Like, you know you have the numbers advantage. You know global silence is down. This is probably the best opportunity to focus at all game.
Yeah, it's a big win. They didn't have to expend too much effort, just
Radiant's
a
top
shot.
tower is under attack.
Plump up and keep forcing an issue. They will try on the bot tier one,
Dire's bottom tower
which
is under
isn't the
attack.
biggest objective in the world.
Dire's
At least they'll get a little bit more map control, maybe invade that triangle a little bit more effectively, and sneak away to some ancient camps if they want to. Some farm. It is getting harder and harder to deal with the heroes on outsiders. Like XM, so far ahead, has a BKB up and running. You have nothing to really hold him through that. You don't have any spell immune to piercing stun. He's got the Shadow Dance and Tap Shroud.
Top tower has
Even if
fallen.
you manage to do all these heroes, if XM just has a +1, I don't think you're ever going to kill him. He's just too slippery in this game.
Certainly is. And he's even going for a mage slayer now, so you've got even more durability to come. And we'll look at that. They found RanFuDao now. XM will say thank you very much. In fact, EchozZ want to take it. But you still get the consolation prize free agent here for XM. That'll be 723, 13k advantage the way of the outsiders from China. Come back to your point as well about the nature for Agony Scepter. I gotta agree with you. Like at first I thought, it is what it is, but the more you see it, the more ridiculous it gets. Like, in fact, couple of thoughts. Bottom lane, or rather top lane, RanFuDao does get caught out, though they are gonna at least start off the slot, does get the shutdown in time, so you are not gonna be able to turn back around. As I was saying though, the thing that bothers me about this Agony Scepter is not so much like how much damage it does, but how much entangle time it does. 3.8 seconds at max level is top lane, snowball is there. Outside still running away with a nice good bounce from Killa. Yeah, he does. And with that, the Storm is going to be in trouble again. Meanwhile, XM still finding more kills. They do find the global parts out. The Uncle just trying to get through the beams. It should make it, but no. They have the RanFuDao. The only one left of the Eren is going to drop.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It's so
attack.
sad, man. Like, you're just trying to get +5 silence kill and you can't even get that. RanFuDao. I don't want to pick a bit of that, John. He's missed quite a few hooks now. It's one of those things with a clock, like a punch. But like, it's a couple hooks and then you miss
Radiant's middle
it.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, and cascading effect. That was their
Radiant structure
It's a long for the most part.
Radiant's middle barracks
You
are
know,
under
those teammates that go to get caught out and try to throw his spells out when the emeralds is ending and the Jirax has been taken. And also just did a little too early and speaking to yeah, he got the lead. Yeah, GG. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them. I was literally just about to ask when they're going to call it. Yeah. Except he's too much of a monster. But outside of as a unit, it's proven to be way too powerful, at least for game number 1. I would like to say that maybe you could argue with a bit of a drafting issue, like the Storm into the Silencer. Again, our panel did talk about it, and they did say it was going to be a bit of a rough game.